Hello and welcome into your round 2 coverage of the Boston Bruins. Now, if you hear thunder or you see flashes behind me, there is a storm going on Friday night. And just roll with it. If you see it, I'm sorry if it disturbs you or if you can hear it. But let's get into this. Game 1, round 2, Bruins Blue Jackets. Now, that might sound weird thinking about it. A lot of people had the Lightning winning in the series. Almost everyone had the Lightning winning the series. And a decent amount of people had the Leafs. So very few brackets probably had this matchup. And if they did, I feel like they were probably joking. No offense to you, Columbus. Not a lot of people saw you guys here. But you're here, you earned it, and you deserve it. Welcome to the second round. The Bruins actually got eliminated in the second round last year, so we're hoping to improve on that. If you're a Columbus fan, you're probably happy to be here. But at the same time, you know you need to win because some of your players might just be leaving this offseason. But that's a topic for another day. We're here to talk about Game 1, which happened yesterday on Thursday. Quick turnaround for the Bruins. Only one day off in between Game 7 versus Toronto and Game 1 versus Columbus. Columbus, however, I believe had 9 or 10 days off, so much better rested. But it was apparent in the first period, it looked like they hadn't been in game action in about 9 to 10 days, and that kind of cost Columbus in this one because the first period was heavily dominated by the Bruins. Bruins outshot the Blue Jackets 14-4. They'd end up outshooting them 37-22. Columbus looked like a team that had 9 to 10 days off. Now, I was thinking to myself before this game, last year a similar thing happened against Tampa where the Bruins played a longer series, a harder series than Tampa had to, and we came out and we did very good in the first game, but then we lost the next 4, and you had to wonder, was that because Tampa had an easier time in the first round and had a longer layoff in between the first and second round to the point they were well rested, and it benefited them later in the series. So I'm really wondering to see if the effects of the 7-game series against Toronto will take more effect later in the series than it will early in the series. Because this result had me feeling pretty good about it at the end. Pretty frustrated in between, but pretty interesting. As you can see, no power play goals tonight, 0-for-4 on both sides. Kind of surprising, 0-for-8 combined. Penalty minutes straight down the middle. Hits Columbus led, but that's because they were chasing the game. Blocks 19-7. Bruins have more shot attempts. They got more blocks. Giveaways more for Columbus. Takeaways more for Columbus. Let's get into the goals. First one came with Noel Acciari, a wrist shot. And you got to take a look at the bottom right-hand picture here where Charlie McAvoy poke checks it from Pierre-Luc Dubois. Costly turnover, go the other way where Acciari would pick up the turnover, take it in, and you see he has Nordstrom back post, but he's thinking Bobrovsky's thinking pass, so he's going to put a shot. Puts it perfectly over the leg pad and under the blocker to slide in for the Bruins to go up 1-0. And the Bruins would take that 1-0 lead to the first intermission. Now, I was a little upset because when you outplay a team like that, you really want a multi-goal lead because you're probably not going to be able to outplay the team all 3 periods like that. So you need to really take advantage. I really thought there should have been more goals for the Bruins, but one man in between the pipes for Columbus was very good tonight. Sergei Bobrovsky stopping 34 of 37 shots, looking very sharp and having some stellar saves. I have a picture of him sprawled out for the post-game slide that I'll get to. But 1-0 lead heading into the second. There would be no goals in the second period. And I thought the Blue Jackets were a little bit unfortunate not to get a goal in the second period. I thought they were outplaying the Bruins in that period. I thought they were the better team. Should have been 1-1 after that, but Columbus couldn't get the goal, but Columbus would get some heavy puck luck in the third period to make up for this, so they would not be unrewarded for their shots on goals that they would get. Dubinsky would get a goal, and I actually couldn't see him touch it in the replay. But Bruins get pinned in their own zone. Puck comes up to Seth Jones. As you can see in the bottom left picture, smart play to take a shot to the slot, not on net bees. You're probably not going to score from there. As you can see in the right picture, the right top one under where I have Dubinsky's box score, stat, goal thing, whatever. You can see Riley Nash gets a tip on it. Must hit Dubinsky, and you can see in the picture that's right under my face, puck in the back of the net. Not much Tuukka Rask can do there. A little bit unfortunate for that. And that was 7:39 into the third. And about 13 seconds later, Panarin would take it in and just take a shot, and it would hit Dubois, and you can see that's going wide. He's not putting that on net. Hits off the back of Dubois like he gets a gift, and as you can see on the picture in the bottom left, it goes 5-hole on Tuukka Rask, and there's not much Rask can do there either. He's playing it like the puck's going to go to his right, and the next thing you know, you can see even on his head, it's really hard to adjust for a goalie when you're trying to make a save. It gets deflected, and that's going to a completely different location. Pucks move a lot faster than humans. It beats him 5-hole, 2-1, and just like that, I'm thinking, Are we really going to blow this game? This is a game you have to win when you catch a team that hasn't played in 9-10 days, because they're going to get more into the groove of things in the next few games. This Columbus team is going to play a lot better in Game 2 than Game 1, I'd assume. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. And if they were to lose like this off of 2 lucky deflections, and yes, Seth Jones was putting it there for a reason, so that's less luck. This was luck. That would have been heartbreaking. But luckily, Charlie Coyle, with about, I want to say 4 minutes and 35 seconds left, puts the team on his back like Greg Jennings. If you get the meme, you get the meme. But as you can see, Marcus Johansson in the top right corner, that pitcher, has it on his backhand, and he sees Charlie Coyle. What vision on Marcus Johansson here to see Charlie Coyle going back post. He sauces it backhand through the slot all the way to Charlie Coyle, who takes a shot. I believe that's Seth Jones. And Seth Jones logged about, how many minutes he was out there a lot. He's a stud, but he logged 28 minutes. Gets the one-timer and beats Bobrovsky. You're going to need a pass and a one-timer like that to beat Bobrovsky tonight. As you can see, the Bruins bench on the bottom left celebrating. Very relieving goal to get, and I felt relieved too, because it was very frustrated. Because when you outplay a team like that and you lose, those are losses that will kick you out of the playoffs. So this was a huge goal for the Bruins. The 2 acquisitions, Don Sweeney must feel like a genius up there in the press box, watching both guys he got at the trade deadline make some moves for him, put the team on their backs, and tie the game up. No points from the big line in this one, I believe. But also, you go to overtime. You're feeling the momentum switch back to the Bruins. The Bruins look like a better team in the third period. And it wouldn't take long in overtime. Only about 5 minutes and 15 seconds until who else but Johansson to Coyle again. The connection of dreams. I saw Magic Johansson going around on Twitter. Interesting one. But Charlie Coyle, the mayor of Weymouth, gets it done here again. Danton Heinen, you got to respect this play, though. Keeping his leg back to keep it onside, as you can see in the top right-hand picture. You can see Marcus Johansson would then get it on the entry, because they had numbers 3-on-2, and Marcus Johansson puts a beautiful pass back post for Charlie Coyle, who gets around his man to just get the easy tap in to put the Bruins to give the Bruins lead and the win. As you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, I want to point out who was on the ice. Heinen, Johansson, Coyle, Grzelcyk, and Clifton. Your superstars are out there for the overtime winner. And wow, you really, if you want to talk about depth scoring, I mean, damn. Let's see. Bergeron, 0 points. Krug got 1, okay. Marchand, 0. Pasternak looked like crap. DeBrus, 0. Krejci, 0, and he could be injured. I should probably pick up Roto World for that. This team is doing well, and I was pretty happy with the way the game went. I wasn't happy with that second period. They looked slow. Looked like they kind of thought they were going to walk over Columbus. Columbus actually probably woke them up in the third period and let them know, no, you're not going to walk us over. My dad was saying we were going to sweep them after the first intermission, and I was saying, hold up, bud, it's one game, 1 period, and you're already claiming a sweep. My dad's a little bold, though. He likes to talk. If you know my dad, you know. No one knows my dad, but on here probably. But just a great result for the Bruins. I'm actually just typing in David Krejci's Roto World right now because I'm kind of interested. Game time decision on Saturday night. That'd be a huge loss if we don't have him because he's such an underrated player. But hopefully he plays. Post-game thoughts. Top right-hand corner, I just want to point this out quickly. I actually got a signed McAvoy jersey. Big McAvoy fan. Not as big as my good friend Steve. Steven is the OG McAvoy supporter ever since he was at BU. I love McAvoy as well. I saw his jersey on NHL.com. Signed. Fell. I got the signed. My 21st birthday just passed. I thought I'm going to spend on myself. Really wanted a signed jersey for a while. And if I do say so myself, it looks beautiful. The 3 stars of the game, Charlie Coyle. No duh. The 2 games, the game tying goal, and the game winner. I think he's the 3rd Bruin to ever do that. I think Bergeron did it once. Corrali versus Ottawa 2 years ago. And now Coyle this year, which is pretty fantastic. Tuukka Rask, 20 of 22 saves. He looks solid. I personally would have given Johansson the 2nd star and then Bobrovsky the 3rd because Bobrovsky was out of this world. If Bobrovsky doesn't play the way he does, Columbus isn't even in the game. And I think Columbus fans would agree with me there. But some notable things for ice time leaders for Boston. It looks like McAvoy led with 24, 26. Anyone else over 20? Krug 23-25, played heavy minutes, 4 power plays. It's going to happen. Char 22-46, 4 penalty kills going to happen. Carlo 22-09, same thing. A lot of forwards in the mid-teens. Connor Clifton with 12.22. That seems good for him. Grzelcyk 19.53. That's a lot for a third-pairing defenseman, but Grzelcyk puts in that work, and Grzelcyk is a fantastic third-pairing defenseman who plays extremely well in his role. Only person who was less than a -1 was Marchand with -2. That first line wasn't that good. Not to say they deserved to let up those goals. They deserved to let up the first one. The second one was very lucky, though. But Seth Jones, the rock on defense for Columbus, 2 assists for him tonight. He was fantastic. You can really see Columbus has a lot of waves they can hit you at because a lot of their good shifts weren't always the same guys. It was a bunch of different lines for them. And I'm really interested to see how they play over the course of the series because I am knowledgeable on Columbus's team, but I've never paid attention to them like I am going to this series. So I'm very interested to see how my opinions form because the last series I reviewed against the Leafs, I know the Leafs probably the second best team I know. If I know the Bruins 100%, I know the Leafs like 80, and then Columbus is probably like 50. I know their players, but they have some guys that I don't know much about, like Teixeira. Apparently, he played in the French juniors. Scott Harrington, I know a little about him, but not much. Obviously, I know Panarin. I know Atkinson. He played at BC. Dubois, young guy. I know him because he's young, and I followed the drafts from a little before he got drafted. Bjorkstrand, I know a little because I followed him in juniors for whatever reason. Boone Jenner is actually a stealthy, good depth player. Columbus is very deep, so their stars don't have to be going for them to get a win. If Bobrovsky plays like that the whole series, this series is probably going 6 or 7 because they're going to win some games just because they're going to show up, and if their goalie's playing like that, it's going to be very hard to beat them. Game 2 is tomorrow. I get out of work at 8, and the game starts at 8, so that's convenient. I'm very interested to see how Columbus looks like because I'm not going to judge them because when you have 9 to 10 days off like that, it's really hard to get in the flow of the game, especially with a team that, like the Bruins, just came off of a war with Toronto, and they're in playing shape easily. Obviously a little more banged up, which is, I think, why Columbus started to take advantage in the second. But the Bruins, I think, just have that extra gear that Columbus hasn't been in a tight series yet, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can pull out tight games like that. Obviously, they come back in Game 1 against Tampa. I'm just very interested. I don't want to talk too much about Columbus because I feel like it's very unfair to judge them after one game. Whereas the Bruins, I know they're a solid team. It's really a matter of fact if Columbus is going to be able to match the Bruins. Are they legit? Is the Tampa series a fluke or are they legit? And they don't have to win the series for it to not be a fluke. They have to push the Bruins 6 or 7 games for it to not be a fluke. Wow, that literally just shook my office, that lightning and thunder strike. I might have hit the house for all I know. That literally shook the corner of this house. Alright, with that being said, that's going to be all for the video. If you want to follow me on Twitter, there's the @ right there. If you want to hit the like button, thumbs up. Comment down below your thoughts on the first game, any thoughts on the series, how's it going to end, who's going to win, and all that. Hit the subscribe button if you like my coverage. I hope you do. And I'll see you next time. Game 2 Saturday. Let's go Bruins!